Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Andrea Sala. I take care of communication and research at M.M. Today, I'm here with Peter Zangari. Hello, Peter. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. And
Excellent.
to all our viewers, well, Peter is head of Americas at M.M. He recently joined us. He's, I'd say, an industry veteran with so much experience in the industry. And, well, I'm so excited to have you here today.
Thank you. Great to be here. Happy to be here.
So could you maybe tell us a little bit about your experience in the industry and what have you witnessed throughout these years?
So listen, it's been, as people say, like a great run so far. And why I say that is because, going back, coming out of graduate school, I have a PhD in econometrics or in economics, but a specialization in computational statistics, so a technical background. It's my third year of grad school. I was one of those people, I really didn't know what to do. My advisor at the time was kind of pushing me maybe a bit more towards academia. One of my professors, the econometrics professor, I caught his attention, and he remembered me in class for good reasons. And he took a job at JPMorgan London. One day he called me up and he said, "Hey, Peter, you want an internship at JPMorgan?" I said, "Yeah," not knowing, what JPMorgan is and what does it do and what would I do there. But I took the internship. I worked in the fixed income research organization, focusing on, at the time, fixed income models, utilizing or employing the tools that I learned in school. I did a good job. They remembered me. And when I was done with my PhD, I applied and I was hired in the New York office at JPMorgan. It so happened that at the time, the firm was creating this small group run by Jacques Longerstay and also kind of under the broader leadership of Till Goldman. I just got out of school. They were just creating this group. You roll forward to today, it still is the standard in market risk management, risk metrics, all right? And it's just so fortunate that I had the opportunity to work on the technical documents for that product. As life goes sometimes is that risk metrics was a small group within JPMorgan, then it became a private company, then a public company, and then sold to MSCI that I joined, maybe 17 years later, and it wasn't planned, right? It's just the way it happened. But anyway, so I spent about 4 or so years at JPMorgan, focusing mainly on risk management. And then I decided to move to Goldman Sachs, where I had a 13-year career. And, I worked in the quantitative investment strategies group under, people like Bob Litterman and Mark Harhart, Ray Adnowski, again, real leaders in the field in quantitative investing. It was a great group of people. I learned so much. I did various things related to, programming and research. When you're in the quantitative group, you're using algorithms and computers to create portfolios. So by extension or by definition, I was also a portfolio manager. And there I spent a lot of time in performance attribution and again in risk area and alpha research and things like that. After about 13 years or so at Goldman, I was introduced to the CEO of MSCI, Henry Fernandez. And, I remember having first few meetings with Henry, a really fascinating guy, very successful, helped founded MSCI. He offered me a job, and the job was in basically a business role, all right, to lead their at the time called a portfolio management analytics group. And it's a business that creates software and data that professional investors use to build or manage equity portfolios. All right. So he offered me that. I had zero experience in that space, but in a relatively short period of time, working with a group of people there, whether it was Henry with his support or Bear Pettit, who's the current president, we turned that business around. And I went on to leading the larger analytics group, which included risk metrics. And then from there, I was asked to run the research and product development organization at MSCI. And I did that for about 4.5 years. So if you look back at my career, it spans everything from research, to portfolio management, to running a business.
Yeah, not only did you go from JPMorgan to MSCI and Goldman, but you also had various roles within those organizations.
Yes, absolutely, and the support of the people who are there. So I've been very fortunate to work within organizations that I thought were first class, and the people I worked with, my managers were just first class, and that's rare. About 11 years at MSCI, and thinking about where do I go from here. So I left MSCI at the beginning of 2023. Look, at the time I was thinking, where do I go from here? Probably don't want to work in another large organization. Look, in my heart or in my spirit, I'm entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Right? It kind of gets you in trouble at times when you work within larger organizations. So one of my real interests, and this is going to lead up to M.M, one of my interests is fintech. All right? Being interested in how is artificial intelligence that is bubbling up at the time through data science, how will that affect the way that people invest?
Yeah.
Right?
And is that part of the reason as to why you then decided to join M.M?
Absolutely. So I was looking at various companies, and I came across M.M via LinkedIn. And then it just so happened that a colleague of mine, a former colleague of mine from Goldman Sachs, was linked into to Tommaso, founder and the CEO of M.M. And I said, his name is Marco. I said, Marco, you know Tommaso? Can you put me in touch with him? So he did. We contacted each other. We met. And another good story. So we met in New York for drinks. I know Tommaso's probably going to watch this video, so he'll watch what I say. But he's a little late for drinks in New York. Understandably so. There's a lot of traffic there. So we didn't have a long meeting. So I said, listen, I live in New Jersey. You want to come to my house for dinner? And, 9 out of 10 times when I say that, no one says yes. Okay. But you know what? Tommaso said yes. So he came over. I think we had a great dinner. And as I usually do, I had my dog there, my wife, had my parents over too. And he gave me a demo of the Sphere software. This is all true. I'm not making this up. I got really good feel from him. The energy I thought was awesome. And most importantly, I thought the approach of M.M, okay, how they were thinking about artificial intelligence and investing, how they were talking about it, to me, was very different from what I heard from any other companies I spoke to.
What was that difference? The
difference was they talked about investing.
Okay.
Oftentimes, the message gets swallowed by just talking about AI, right? To the point where people can easily become skeptical. So when I watched the videos and I read some of the things that, M.M wrote, I am like, okay, this is more aligned with the way I think.
Okay.
And then I visited the office, and I observed a team that was, I thought, just first class, all right, in terms of the way they work together, the way they challenge each other, and just the ideas that I heard discussed in the office gave me a tremendous good feeling. So I was, very happy and excited to be offered a role of partner and head of Americas, because, I know I can, bring tremendous value to the organization.
Definitely.
Through my experience, basically through my experience and expertise in this space.
Definitely. And, well, how do you see it working in this new area, specifically regarding AI in investments? Because previously it was just regarding, that more of investment side, apart from when you worked, on the software and the technology. But, right now you're focusing solely on that fintech side. How has it been so far?
I mean, so far it's been good. I mean, it's a big learning curve for me, okay, which is good. Right, because I want to be in a space where I learn a lot. And then I can apply my experience, my relevant expertise to the opportunities that, M.M sees ahead. I see it as, in some sense, also a natural fit. It just seems very easy to have a conversation, okay? Which, isn't an easy thing to do. I mean, again, I have a lot of experience where when you meet companies or you meet management teams or whatever, it could be a bit awkward, okay? But in my short experience, I mean, this is not a long period of time, I just thought that I just could blend in easily. And I hope the broader team there at M.M thinks the same.
Well, I think, you're a perfect fit for M.M. Peter, now that you've seen M.M, you've been here, a while, you got to know the team. How, as head of Americas, how do you envision M.M's growth in the U.S.?
So, I mean, as you know, M.M already has a presence within the U.S. And I'm just super excited to, see what I could do with the team to grow the business, right? And do that through, identifying opportunities where, professional investors, whether you're an asset manager or wealth manager, what have you, could leverage these tools. And I know there's a lot of opportunities there. It's a question of, making clients aware of what M.M offers, making them aware of, what tools and capabilities can we bring to bear for them to help their clients, right? Because at the end of the day, M.M's objective broadly, but for me specifically in the U.S., is to help our clients help their clients, and do that in a way where it's done in an efficient way, an effective way, and, importantly, in a scalable way. Touches on like two themes. Larger organizations in particular are seeking scale, right? Whether it's being able to manage, hundreds, thousands, millions of portfolios, right, in a cost-effective way. So they're seeking that scale, which is often elusive because it requires, technologies, algorithms, and many, professional investors, or I should say investment management companies, have legacy systems, so to speak. They're good, but they're relatively old and not built to solve today's problem. So to the extent that we can bring, again, tools and capabilities to address that, it's great for the client, and it'd be great for M.M.
Definitely make that AI integration process smoother.
Right. So that's scalability. And the other significant trend where I think there's significant opportunities is around customization or personalization. And that's something that, we collectively have seen where it's just not delivering or developing a growth portfolio or value portfolio or MSCI USA or an S&P 500 portfolio. It's creating a portfolio with certain attributes. Okay, whether it's exposures to particular themes or having certain risk levels, or whether it's exposed to certain ESG risks or not, whether it is exposed to certain climate risks, whether it includes tax-aware optimization, all these different attributes or qualities that make that portfolio bespoke. Now, to create that portfolio, you need capabilities, right, related to artificial intelligence, along with the technology to produce that. And then you need it, going back to my previous point, to produce those customized portfolios at scale.
Yeah.
So one-off, doable; at scale, challenging. So to sum up, what I would plan to bring to bear is to work with the team in the U.S., work with clients based in the U.S. to address those specific challenges and opportunities.
That's great. Thank you. So, Peter, sort of to wrap up this quick chat between us both, how do you view the role of AI in the future for asset and wealth managers?
Well, I think there's a few roles it will play. Two very important roles it will play, which are in demand in the wealth and asset management space, is to help those clients achieve scale. Right, whether it's managing, tens of thousands or, potentially hundreds of thousands and millions of portfolios in a cost-effective way. That scale is in demand, and it's something that today, wealth managers, large wealth managers, and large asset managers are seeking solutions to. The other area is around customization, creating a bespoke portfolio. That is a portfolio that has certain attributes and qualities that's unique to a particular client, or at least could be unique to a particular client. And an example of that is a portfolio where a client wants exposure to certain themes, certain types of risks, whether it's around ESG risks or climate risks, or things of that sort, different levels of risk, market risk, and so on. The other area, which is very important, where I see AI playing an important role, is the ability to help our clients, our future clients, explain performance. All right, explain performance to their end clients. All right, and that will be done through the implementation or the use of, what's referred to as generative AI in combination with analytical AI. Those are two types of artificial intelligence that will help to produce results that explain the performance, but then to interpret those results or to translate those results in a way that is easily understood by the end client.
Yeah.
Right. And the obvious example or the common examples here are you have, AI produce a report that's written in prose. One can read that and relatively quickly understand what's driving performance. They're not assaulted with a large unwieldy table. Right? That's the old days. Right. The new day and the future is where you'll get a report written out in paragraphs explaining performance that's easily understood.
Well, thank you so much, Peter, for this quick chat between the both of us. And I'm so excited to be working alongside you in N.M.
Thank you very much. Look forward to working further with you and the whole team at N.M. Thank you.